What's up, Dragon Brood? So today we have a treat, and it's words I'm gonna say in a sentence that probably don't make any sense to anyone that plays Standard, but Rakdos Ramp. Make of that what you will. This was played by a player that goes by the username Pepe, P-E-P-P-E, on MTG Melee. They apparently participated in the, I believe it was Japan Autumn Championships, and they went 6-1. The one loss was to a Gruul Adventures deck, though they did beat one of them, so I have no idea what this deck's going to do, but it looks like a lot of fun. Before we get into it though, like always, you know I'm gonna ask, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because that'll help me out a whole lot, and let's go take a look at this awkward but really interesting looking Rakdos deck. Now, looking over the results, it looks like the player actually didn't face any Yorion decks, which would be one of my concerns. However, they did beat a Doom Foretold deck, so I don't know. We'll see. Going down the list here, though, we've got Spike-Filled Hazards, Heartless Axe, Scorching Dragonfires. All of these make sense, especially against a Dimir heavy field, and even against Gruul Adventures to a point to be able to make sure you're getting rid of the Innkeeper, you know, maybe even something to target the token to keep them from attacking with Lovestruck Beast. So there's kind of a lot going on here. Interestingly, just a single Kroxa. I'm not changing this list at all, by the way. I'm playing it stock as it is, just because I know nothing about how this deck works, so I do not want to make assumptions switching cards in and out at this point. Maze Mind Tome, great card. Bonecrusher Giant, Extinction Event. Irencrag FEAT. This card, for anybody who follows me on Twitch, knows that I played this in a Perforos build on stream a couple weeks ago. Kind of was looking for another spot for this card, but it's cool that somebody found a way to use it here. Solemn Simulacrum, some Ox of Agonis, also a good card when you're getting milled or, you know, dealing with the rogues, stuff like that. Ugin, obviously we all know how powerful that is. Full set of Shatter Skull Smashing. The lands are Swamps, Mountains, full set of Temple of Malice, 1 Crawling Barrens, and a full set of Fabled Passage. This was a tournament best of 3 deck, so it obviously has a sideboard with it as well. Agonizing Remorses, Skyclave Shade, couple of Shield Breakers, Thundering Rebuke. There are some other Kroxas, which I'm assuming are for the longer, slower games. Maybe even against rogues, you know, if you just want something to play out of the yard. Extinction Events. Eat to Extinction Event. Sorry there. And a Crowan War and another Ox of Agonis. So the sideboard kind of looks like it makes sense to me. The rest of this, we're just going to go hop in the arena and see what the heck happens. This hand looks so bad, but I'm going to keep it. I know it was a weird sound I just made, but my logic here is that if I find a third land, I can at least just shoot and kill with Bonecrusher Giants, and that's not the worst thing. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think we have to do that. I don't really want to, but if the opponent ends up saying play like another Fabled Passage or some tap land, then I can go ahead and just play Bonecrusher Giant next turn. Doesn't look like I'm going to get that luxury, so this probably is just a rogues build of some kind. Alright. This probably resolves, and then they just play a Soaring Thought Thief here, I imagine. Nope, just a Thieves Guild Enforcer. That hurts a lot less, believe it or not. That is a much better case scenario for us. I don't even know what's going on here. Is this maybe just a mill deck? And not an actual rogues deck? I feel like that could be true. Oh man, come on, untap land. Let's off 2 Thieves Guild Enforcers. Let's do it, deck. That's not awful, though. That's a start. Don't think this really matters if we leave it on top, because it's going to go away anyway. kind of sucks that we have both of these Oxes in our hands here, though. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So one more in the Thieves Guild's gain Death Touch. I kind of want the opponent to take a chance to cast something, thinking they're going to get to keep the Thieves Guild Enforcers on their turn. I mean, we could be risking getting a spell countered here, but we do still have 2 more removal cards, so I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. I mean, this is probably a bad idea, y'all. Like, I am openly admitting to that. All right, no blocks. Oh, they didn't even play anything. I thought they would have flashed in a creature there. Huh. I literally just passed priority, assuming they would try to flash something in to make their Thieves Guild Enforcers larger. I assume here, well, we're not even gonna like drown in the lock. What's even happening? They have no spell counters. Okay then. That was not really part of the plan. That was weird. All right, so we're gonna use Bone Crusher because we'd rather use Heartless Act against their better threats, honestly. We'll just get in there with Bone Crushers, I guess. This was a weird turn. I just pass. We kept such a bad hand. I don't know how we're even in this match. Okay, so it is just a true mill deck here. Well, okay. So this sort of creates a weird scenario where I think we have to play Solemn Simulacrum. Because we can't just run the Bone Crushers out. Because if this is the type of deck we think it is, there's a good chance they're just packing a bunch of Eat to it, or not Eat to Extinction Event. And that's not good for us. So let's attack for 4. See if the opponent has a removal card for a Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. They want to do that. Do we play the Ox then? Being the next question. Yeah, that resolves. No problem with that. I was just thinking if we play this, we could get a land, but it comes in tapped. So let's just be mana efficient here. Because we didn't need the removal card anyway. It wasn't really doing much. I know that drawing cards is not great against tutelage, but, you know, we got to do what we can do here. All right, it's getting tight. I mean, if they have another Into the Story, this could hurt. Not going to lie. This could hurt a lot. All right, another Heartless Act. We sadly did not get an untapped land here, which we desperately needed. I mean, do we risk another Ox? Because I feel like if the opponent had Extinction Event, they would have just used that, right? Or are we just crazy? I mean, they still haven't milled our Croxa that's over there. So that's a thing that could still happen. Opponent's only at 10, though. Also, if they... Well, yeah, let's do this. Let's see, we only have 23 cards, so only a couple of turns left here. Especially if they have another Into the Story. I might have also just played this too conservatively, to be honest. Alright, we've got 11 left. Is that enough? Is the question. Let's scry. Alright, that goes to the bottom. I put my keep stop too late. Yeah, I don't think we can win now. I'm pretty sure we're going to get milled out on this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, we're a mana short of being able to Ugin, because I think Ugin would have got us a win here. Yeah, I don't see a way for us to win. That's unfortunate. Alright. Man, if our next card's a Croxa, that's going to be so sad. I mean, I guess we do it and just be sad about it. But I don't think we have anything to gain there. Yep, and there it is, a bit too late. There's the Enforcer. We can still kill one of those. But they're probably just going to mill us out. We only have 6 cards. Alright, we'll kill this one. If they spin mana... Okay. So we're going to mill 4. We managed to get out of this? Oh, no. They're going to... If they have... Oh, do they have opt? If so, we die. That's so sick. Okay, they had to clean to dust. Yep, we're dead. We can't do anything during our upkeep. Oh, this feels like such a trap. Oh, gosh. Is there any... I gotta mulligan this. There's no way that works. I wanted it to so badly, but I don't think it would. Somebody's under the name Red Cap. And not even playing a red deck. How sad. Alright, we'll get one of those into play, leaving us the option to... If we're lucky, kill something. Oh, guess not. We'll just be killing a goose here, I guess. This looks like the Selesnya Yorion list, if I were to just guess here. Which means this isn't going to have much of a target. Though we can go ahead and just keep them from having good things to blink. Man, I just love these lands so much. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what this list is. Okay, well, now we know some things. Good news is it means Ugin is likely to get to do his thing. Get another swamp just in case, and then this will just go get another mountain. And we don't really care if they want to Wicked Wolf this thing. We get a card. If they just want to steal it with the Apparition, that's fine too. I mean, because once Apparition dies, we'll get a 4/4, so that's kind of sweet. And we don't mind that one bit. I mean, we're kind of slowly just stair-stepping our way up here. Nothing real special happening here. I'm just trying to eliminate any options the opponents may have. Alright, Omen of the Sun. Totally legit. We'll take a card. Alright. Sort of feels like this means there could be a Yorion next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and play one of these. Alright, ECD, fair. Go ahead and get an Ugin or a Bonecrusher Giant down. Question is, do we play the second one? Knowing that the opponent could just Yorion, exile the Elspeth Conquers Death. It comes back, kills one. We could kill the Yorion next turn. Let's do this. Let's just see what happens. Because we weren't going to get to play Ugin anyway with the ECD out. That's just not an option. We're still able to Extinction Event, but Yorion is also odd, so that doesn't necessarily help our case any. So we're likely just on Heartless Act. Though they're hunting here, I'm not sure what they're looking for. I mean, I suppose a Shadow of the Sky would be relevant. Though they could still just Apparition. Get rid of one of these. Charming Prince. Okay. That is definitely a thing. This does create a small problem, because now our scenario kind of becomes about getting rid of Charming Prince. They could get a Goose or a Visionary back. Though we drew yet another Bonecrusher Giant, so I guess this is just where we are at this point. Oh, you know what? I messed up. I should have done it after this triggers, because if that is a Yorion in hand or on top of their library, they're going to get this into a little loop, and that's actually bad. Though I guess we have this, and this will go away. So I actually can't play the Giant here. Alright. So that's probably what's going to happen here if I were to guess. Okay. This says they don't have Yorion, and they're still looking. So that doesn't feel too bad then. Okay, so Wicked Wolf. How do we feel about a Wicked Wolf? It's going to fight one of the Bonecrushers and live, be a 4/4. We could make them eat both foods if we really wanted to. Not a thing we greatly care about, I don't think. Oh, I can't. Has a counter on it. That was my fault. I should have done that from the other thing. Yeah. I think our plan really here is just try to draw a land and get this Ugin down at this point. Apparition. Okay. Alright, deck. If we ever needed a land, this was it. Because they can steal our Bone Crusher and we get a 3/3 back. And that would be greatly helpful. All right. Let's do it. Come on. Or, weirdly, an Irencrag feat is actually even better. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. So we can... Do we Extinction Event for even? Just to buy ourselves some time here? And then we just pass. Mostly because we can Heartless Act the Apparition. Oh boy. I mean, they would get a card here. They're not going to blink the Apparition because that doesn't do anything. Well, they could. And then we'd get nothing back. Because the Apparition goes away, we get a 3/3 Apparition comes in. Let's just kill that while we have a chance. And then they just get a card out of the deal here. And now if we get a land, we almost don't care because they have a ECD. We're kind of okay with all that, right? Because they'll get rid of Ugin and then we just play the next one. All right. Opponent's hand's empty, though they... Oh, gosh. Why? All right. I mean, we're doing what we can, but it's not looking good. Kind of surprised they didn't go fishing for a card during their upkeep with the Trailer Crumbs. But I mean, I guess they could do that any turn. There's no need to spend the mana during their upkeep. Not even going to attack with the 4/5? Like, I would assume that's what you do. Yeah, exactly. Like, that would have been weird if you didn't. Man, I don't have a way to kill it. It's all you, opponent. I'm trying to figure out what they're waiting to do. I don't know what's going on. That was a weird pause there. I don't know what they're expecting of us. We're going to draw a card. Golly. Come on. Just... Jeez. Yeah, I guess. We don't even have hardly anything in our yard. That's how sad this is. We have just enough to replay a Kroxa. And we're in a bad spot where we don't really want to use this Ox because we want to be able to play our Ugin. I mean, if they just go find another Skyclave Apparition, that's totally reasonable for them. We don't have a second black right now anyway. I mean, I guess we could find one potentially. Good idea. Put more food in your hand, or more cards in hand, so you get a choice of what to get rid of with this Kroxa. Ooh, Kogla. That's nice. All right, we're gonna spin this to draw. Not amused, deck. Not amused. Okay, well, I mean, do we just attack? My opponent's at 25. I don't think that's how we're going to win here. No, we'll save, because we know they're going to remove one with Kogla anyway. Kogla lets you return a human to its owner's hand, and then Kogla gains indestructible. Alright, that seems fine. I think I'm going to have to set a stop just to try to increase the odds of drawing this land we need. Alright, Goose. All makes sense. This is a long, slow game. I am sorry, everyone, that you're being subjected to this, but the Yorion decks are not fast. Alright, let's see. Do we find an untapped land? We did not. Let's try this one. Okay, opponent's deciding, I guess, if they're going to crack a food or something. Don't want that. We're going to try this one. I mean, like, I'm doing everything I can here. Sure. That's not the way I thought we'd get there, but all right. I will take it. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Oh, go to main phase. Go with this Ugin. And we have to -6 so we can get rid of Kogla. 5, 6.
Is the path of the fool.
The good news is we have a backup Ugin, though we still don't have the lands to play it. So I'm going to set the stop again to try to give us an opportunity in case we need it. Alright, they're just going to scry. Makes sense. Probably going looking for an Elspeth Conquers Death. Though I would think if you were going to scry there... Well, no, the food survives at least, so it's probably not worth getting rid of the food.
Creation
That makes sense.
can be undone.
Alright, turn Dimir Symbiosis. Lets them go find... I was going to say like a Wicked Wolf might have been their best thing. And now I'm kind of just trying to decide how I want to play this. Like, I can make them just expend more resources, ultimately, to deal with our Ugin. And I don't want to use this Ox just yet. So, yeah, let's scry. I don't know if that's totally what we're looking for here. Could be handy, though. Let's go ahead and draw that. Oh. Oh, actually, no. The Scorching Dragonfire is just fine. 2, 3, 4, 5. I just realized I can actually Ugin for 3 and then Dragonfire for 3. Let's see what the opponent wants to get rid of here. If anything. Alright. Let's Dragonfire target that. Ugin it. Okay. This is where we wanted to be.
Consider this a warning.
Took a lot of work. We waited all those turns, but here we are. Glass Casket. Sure. Totally works. I guess that's cute. Eventually, when we get rid of it, we could get it back, I guess. Not even sure I'm going to activate this Maze Mine Tome. As I may very well want to just draw cards instead at some point. Though, I don't know. I don't think it's any better. We'll go ahead and activate. We're at the stage where it's kind of irrelevant. And now that we know Yorion's a thing, we can go ahead and just get this to 5, blow it up next turn, remove all that, remove the Yorion, then just follow up with another Ugin, hopefully. Though we never hit our 8 lands, so I have to admit, the Irencrag FEAT actually got us out of trouble here, as weird as that is. Those are words I didn't think I'd be saying in Standard, but here we are. What are you doing, opponent? I was like, you're not going to sack the food there, are you? I mean, I could have kept that to keep this other Ugin around, but ultimately, by getting rid of that Ugin, we'll actually get our Kroxa back. All right, so let's go ahead and put this into play. Shoot the opponent. The only way this is really bad, though, is if the opponent decides to, or draws, so they can play an Elspeth Conquers Death. Because then that swaps out the plays we have to make, and then gives us a situation where we have to find a way to deal with their Yorion. Alright, here the opponent gets food. They can draw. Let me just draw a card here and see what happens. All right, nothing relevant. Great. And you know, really, even thinking about it with just the 6 lands, I guess I had 7. I could have kept this and just used that to kill a Yorion. So, I mean, maybe playing it was a bad choice, really. I mean, that's something I do have to admit to. We will -5. I'm assuming the opponent's going to go looking for a card here to put into their hand. But we would make them just discard 2 cards anyway with their Kroxa. Oh no, I'd actually be short a card. Never mind. So I'll get 1 trigger from Kroxa. I need 1 more in the yard. Oh, well no, but the Ugin I'm putting there. Oh, no, because I just got rid of it. Never mind. Yep, still 1 card short. Yeah, I goofed this. I should have just kept the Shatter Skull Smashing in hand. Alright, so they lose what's in hand.
Not too dangerous to roam free.
Now the opponent's on using timeouts. Oh, that's a good one to get rid of. Don't hate that. Kind of surprised they didn't do that first and then try to follow up with their Yorion the following turn. Yeah, now we're in pretty good shape. Because now we can Ox and Kroxa next turn, reload our hand, keep the opponent low on cards. And I think this is where it starts to turn.
Cherish what little you find.
Took a lot of work to get to this point, though, I have to admit.
My flames burn beyond perception.
And an ECD is still good for them. Alright. Alright, we'll keep this. Oh, that actually sucks to have to do this the way we want to. I'm gonna do it though. This is terrible sequencing, by the way. I should just have played like Temple of Malice first and then slow rolled the rest of these, because now I'm not gonna have mana for what I want, but you know, such is life. Live on the edge. Hey, it wasn't a Robber of the Rich, because that would have made life real bad. Real bad being an understatement. Get rid of this guy. I don't know if we're going to live long enough to draw 2 more lands. Well, actually, I guess if we get 1 more, we just get to Ugin, right? That's a thing. Alright, we're just going to try to Ugin, because that's like the only chance we have at winning, I guess. Oh, that's scary that they didn't pump the Phoenix. I have no idea what that means. Irencrag into Irencrag doesn't help us. Come on, be an untapped land, please. Please, pretty please. Oh, yeah, gosh, it is, but in the worst way possible. Man, this is a gamble. If we do this, we just die to double Bone Crusher Giant, right? Or 2 burn spells of any kind. And the opponent didn't tap their mana. Oh, gosh. That is so scary. Alright, I'm going to do it. I mean, if they have that and a haste creature, we just die. Like, what are we going to do? This is what I get for that terrible sequencing at the beginning of the game.
An opportunity to act rashly is a chance to fail.
Alright, am I dead? Am I dead?
Reality is unwritten.
How close are we to dead? Are we? I mean, opponent's slow rolling this. I don't know if we're dead or not. Okay, yep, there's 2. Yep. Yep. Okay. I mean, gotta do this.
Consider this a
Played this because if this dies, there's a chance we could also draw a removal card. Alright, let's hope they don't have 2 damage. That's all we can do, because we can get 4 life the next turn during our upkeep. Oh, man. This is so tense. Okay, a Rimrock Knight doesn't kill us. Oh, did we survive it? Oh, my goodness. This is the greatest thing ever. I am just... Actually, no. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to do this first. So put this at 6. All right, they didn't have it. Now I feel a little bit safer. Okay, now we're golden. All right, play this. Still have mana up for a Heartless Act if the opponent decides to do something. Let's kill this.
I will destroy.
Oh. Well, if I don't make boneheaded plays, the deck's actually pretty strong, it looks like. It's interesting because it plays a little bit like the Rakdos mid-range, but then it also plays a little bit kind of like the Mardu control deck we built a few days ago. So it's somewhere in the middle, right? It's doing a little bit of what both decks are doing, but not a lot of what either one of them's doing. And Irencrag FEAT is kind of a weird card. I don't hate it, though. The downside is you do only get to play one more thing after you cast it. But, you know, being able to play an Ugin from like 5 lands is pretty sweet. You know, so can't really discount that. You know, the Solemn Simulacrums do a lot of work. The Mazemind Tomes do a lot of work. It may have a too many removal cards. So when you come up against the decks that don't have a ton of creatures, it can be a little bit of an issue. So that's something I would consider, but I'm not sure what I would replace them with. Anyway, maybe Murderous Riders, just so you have a way to gain some life and you could just play a threat if they don't have creatures, maybe. But other than that, I really like it. I see why the deck did what it did, honestly. It's pretty cool. But if y'all see some other decks that are interesting that we should try out, showcase, let me know down in the comments. I'm very interested. Remember, you can always get this deck list. You can get a link to my Twitch, my Discord. You can follow me on Twitter, or even just get some merchandise and support the channel, all in the description down below. But that's all I have for you for now. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the button. You know what to do. Hit the bell. Help me out. I need it. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.